that would fulfill the goals of Reconstruction.
Either of you have anything else you want to say on that issue of his kind of political influence on through his literature and through his life?
Well, I think she's accurately captured it. I think the counter influences are real fascinating. If you read a text like the Metaphysical Club, where you see even people like Oliver Wendell Holmes and other people, and you read the case law from the federal courts that, end the federal presence in the South and essentially just kind of say, well, we're exhausted. We can't continue to do this to the same extent we did during Reconstruction, is divert our military resources for this, and the abandonment of a lot of folks in the North of the commitment to equal rights in the South. It has this effect of allowing the native Southerners to kind of reform the South in the image that they really wanted to all along in 1866 through procedural means, and then you have this upsurge again of power that these folks have in the fusion movement and the populist movement in the 1890s, and then you have the disenfranchisement of the 1900s, which essentially eliminated political competition and was very economically damaging to the South from 1900 to about 1955 or after World War II. You have this complete elimination of political competition and and with all the difficulties that go with that.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, that just reminded me of something that I was thinking about, and I really don't have answers to this, but I was wondering, with my great-grandmother, what was Torgie's actual end game with her? I mean, was he just taking a slave and just saying, I just want to take one and educate one? I think there's more to that. I think in essence, he's trying to actually create a new Negro before the new Negro movement comes along in the early 20th century. I think he's trying to shape the destiny of newly emancipated slaves, and this is the first part. Maybe it's some kind of social experiment to advance the race. Or maybe it's just a variation of Pygmalion that he's trying to do. But I think there's some larger purpose to what Torgie has set out to do, so it may tie into what we're talking about now.
Well, y'all have talked about equality, and I think part of what I have found striking in this time period is that people did make a distinction between social equality and political equality, and it seemed like people were, if they had any movement, it was more on the political and not the social, and it sounds like part of what you're describing is that he really had a larger view. I don't know if any of y'all see other evidence of that in his contributions, either in the political world or otherwise, of that larger view that he had, unlike most whites at the time, with the social and political equality.
Well, he